Hi, this is Jill from Gilbert's Bits of Bytes, and I'm about to show you my action called Rainbow Dreams. It basically posterizes your image and adds some color to it. This was done as part of the studio's coordinated collection called Rainbow Bright. Please excuse my voice. I'm dealing with allergies, so I usually sound a little bit better than this. Anyway, I've got the thing loaded. The way you would start with this particular one is that you need to have your image opened. You also need to make sure that you've got this adjustments panel. In Photoshop, it's called properties. You find it pretty much where you do where the actions are. Adjustments here, again in Photoshop, it'll say properties. And that's you're setting certain properties that I'm using various layer effects in order to create this. Okay, so to start off, I guess I should need to start at the beginning. So I'm going to get this running. This is basically just a stop to tell you that you need to have your image open. Now what I do is I create three color fills, layers with color fills. And they are the RGB, red, green, blue. And what I'm going to show you what I'm trying to explain to you in here. I want you to turn this on one at a time. Turn the other one off before you turn the next one on. And you will look for the one that has the most contrast. And in this case, it's the green. So we get this going again. As you can see, I've created a hue saturation level, layer up here. And what I'm asking you to do is you make note of which color layer you use. That's kind of obvious because it's green. And you're going to use that information on setting your hue saturation. So let's bring up this adjustment properties panel, and what you're going to do is take the drop down and go to greens, and you're going to take this lightness thing here and switch it all the way over to the right. Now if you don't do this like I did when I first did this, you're going to get something strange because when it comes in, it's always going to default to the master. So if you do this and you switch it all the way over and suddenly everything's white, it's obvious you used the wrong one. So it's not a big problem. Just go up there and make that a 0 and make sure you come down into the greens and move that one over. Okay, let's get it going again. Now it's a time to add some color, and this will do the gradients. Um, but what I want to point out first is I did do this posterize, and that's why you see that there's only limited amount of color, even though it's gray. Um, but here with your gradients, you're going to come over to your gradient map. And I've included some simple gradients with the action. In order to load it, you're going to come over here and click the plus sign. And as you can see, this is, oops, let's go up one. Here's the gradient you open that comes with the action. And the color palette matches the Rainbow Bright color thing. So you're going to click, get whatever you want. You can actually use and get some strange effects, the defaults if you want. You can even make up your own down here. I also made another set of 30 gradients, again matching the Rainbow Bright. I'm stuttering over that one because I keep thinking of that little doll. Anyway, the Rainbow Bright color palette. And so you see that's these here. And you can go through, again, looking for something you want here. Now, if you really want to try some strange things, I don't know if you've ever played with this, but over here where it says type, it's set to solid. Come over here where it says noise and hit randomize. And keep going till you find something. And if you do see something in the meantime you think you might like, be sure to save it to add it to your presets because you'll never get it back because we're just randomly going through here. And you can even change the color model that it uses. You can use the hue, saturation, and black. It just kind of goes differently. But the RGB, it's kind of fun if you've got lots of time on your hands and want to find something that looks kind of crazy. So I'm just going to go up here to a simple preset. So that's it basically. There are things you can do to play like I showed you with the gradient. You can come down here and play with the levels of posterization, and in fact you can get it to where it doesn't look like you've even posterized it. Like you can see, this is like what it would look like if it was just straight coloring of your black and white image. But one of the things is that when you do get some more levels in there, you can start playing with more colors. I'm going to turn this back on. I wasn't doing any good playing with that. So let's see, we'll go back here up into the gradients. Let's so you're just getting more colors in there. So if I go back, say OK, you see what that looks like, and you come back to the posterized. If I take it back down to 4, which is my default, you see not as much of it is colored. You can go 3. In fact, that doesn't look bad at all. Usually with the portrait or something with the white background, I tend to like to go with either the strongest color off here to the left and the lighter color on the other side. But it's all to your preference. You can actually do things like reverse it. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but this actually just reverses the gradient. So let's take a little look here. My friend Manu from Manu Scraps, um, she tests for me because she's got a nice old version of Photoshop CS2 that I can't even run on my computer. And I love her photography, and she just went crazy with this. And as you can see, this will work even for, like I said, things other than portraits. And she got some great effects, especially like this sunset here. I think that's her little cat, in fact. Anyway, I'd love to see what you all come up with. Show me on Facebook or at the studio in the forum there. Uh, that's about it. I'm trying to see if I forgot anything, but I don't think I have. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye.